Yo, what's going on with y'all boys, man? In today's video, I'm going to be giving you a trade recap of a trade I took on Friday. I made $2,300 across 5 accounts. I'm not gonna lie, bro, this week has been very mid so far. Like, not very many continuations, not much delivery. I will go over the trades that I've taken this week. I've taken 2 break-evens and a small loss. But first, I did want to show you guys that trade that I took on Friday. I think you guys can learn a lot from it. And so yeah, let's get right into the video. And so here is what the market was look like going into Friday. As you can see, my draw is this 4-hour high, as well as this untapped 4-hour gap lower, and boom, here is the trade. Okay, a very textbook continuation setup. I know a lot of people that took this trade. You can see clear displacement confirming that we are going to take out this draw. Just by looking at the price action above where I actually took the trade, I can like very confidently tell you that we're going to take out this draw. Again, we just need to find an entry. We end up waiting for a retrace into this I believe this is a 5-minute gap right here, and once I get displacement out of that gap and validating the retrace, that gives me enough conviction to enter. Also, just by looking at these wicks, we very clearly want to come lower, and so I eventually do get my entry, and then I go break even once we flush through that low of day. The reason I wait for a flush, as you can see, is we start to wick down here, another wick right here, but once we actually flush through there and get some delivery, that's where I'm comfortable going break even, and it's pretty self-explanatory from there. We absolutely flush the TP. I get asked about my break-even system a lot, and honestly, it's just any sort of delivery past my entry or past the internal low, man. Like, that is one of the reasons I have such a high win rate. Like, I would even go to say 85 plus. I'm at a 90% win rate so far for this year, but that's why I have such a high win rate, is because my break-even system is very strict, but it's also very discretionary, which again, you build from market experience. I thought that this was a safe stop loss for me. My stop loss was originally at the swing high, which is where the trade would have been invalidated. However, I mitigated risk after we wicked out my break even right here and then went back up. I brought my stop loss down to here, and then after we finally, got that delivery through the internal low, that is when I actually went break even. And then yeah, I targeted again that untapped 4-hour gap, as I already explained. This is what it looked on the higher time frame. Again, this was the 5-minute. You can see we rejected out of that 5-minute gap. Beautiful displacement lower. And again, pretty much flushed straight to take profit. And look where we reversed, man. Just a textbook A+ trade. Like, I would say like 60 to 70% of my trades look exactly like this. Anyway, though, we can go over the trades that I have taken this week so far. As you can see, taken 3 trades, 2 break-evens, and a small loss. And by the way, both of these break-evens ended up playing out, by the way. They ended up being winners. So it does suck when that happens sometimes, but my break-even system is why I have such a high win rate. So, okay, this is the London trade. You can see below my face cam is the draw. It's just a 4-hour, or it was like an hourly or a 4-hour low, I believe. By the way, this is the trade from Tuesday. This was during London session. This was the first break even for the week. We are very clearly displacing towards this draw. Okay, again, displacement towards that draw, confirming that we are going to take out this low. I wait for a retracement into a higher time frame gap. As you can see, this is the 15-minute chart. I wait until we retrace into it. What do? We get displacement lower. However, because of these wicks, as you can see, these wicks are very ugly. I wait until we basically invalidate these wicks and have a strong close on the 15-minute, and that is where I entered right here. This was the trade on TradingView. As you can see, it's on the 15-minute time frame, but this is the trade on TradingView. As you can see, it played out. By the way, guys, I am running a 50% off promotion for my inner circle. If you guys are interested, you can look in the description. If you are going to join, make sure you use the code 2026 at checkout, or you guys can literally book a free 30-minute call with me in the description to see if it's the right fit for you. Again, I do not want to influence you making, impulsive decisions with your money, but if you want access to everything in here, like my pre-market analysis, I also have a mini boot camp explaining my entire strategy inside and out. I mean, honestly, guys, the stats speak for themselves. But again, guys, all links will be in the description, as well as my other socials. I pretty much drop sauce on there daily. So, okay, let's get to this loss. So this low that I'm targeting, this 25.63, it got edged the day before during AM session. So that means the draw is even stronger. I completely bottom blasted this trade. I am not going to lie. This loss is completely on me. However, if I did wait and got a better entry, I still would have lost, as you can see. Basically, we were displacing hard, which is confirming this draw for me. Honestly, I just needed to find an entry, which is why I hopped onto the 32nd. We got displacement right here. We just needed to pull back into a gap, which we eventually got. But the reason I bottom blasted again is because oh, by the way, this is during Asia session. When you're trading a low volume session, odds are you are not going to get retraces. They're going to be a lot less clean. And so because of that, I did not think we were going to have enough volume to come all the way back up and rebalance out this leg. So that's why I basically bottom blasted, and I lost because of it. Like, I'm not gonna lie. I used 5 macros on this trade, so I only lost like 300 bucks. Honestly, not that big of a deal. I'm just happy, you know, this didn't, you know, end up playing out, and that my bad entry was the reason that, you know, I lost this trade. As you can see, rejections. Oh yeah, we had rejections out of multiple higher time frame gaps. Hard displacement at the open of Asia. And yeah, I basically talked about how I didn't think we were gonna have enough volume to come back up and, you know, rebalance that leg. Unfortunate loss there, but let's get into the final trade. As you can see, this, by the way, this is the AM session the next day, so I did not take a loss on this. This is literally just from that Asia session before. That's why the loss is still on the screen. But this right here, actually, I do love this trade a lot. This one actually got break even, but let me explain everything about this trade real quick. So first off, we're targeting the new week opening gap, a very, very strong draw in the market. We clearly get displacement up. We were literally rallying the entire morning. We honestly rallied so much that I was a little bit skeptical taking this trade just because of how much we were extended to the upside. But again, the new week opening gap is a very strong draw. So what do? I wait for a pullback into a gap, which you can see we get here on the 30-second. I believe this was also a gap on the 1 minute. I then wait for another displacement candle, basically invalidating the entire retrace. And that's what we get with this candle right here. And that is where I entered. As you can see, it was in a little bit of drawdown, but once we finally got delivery with these 3 candles, that is when I decided to go break even. We were basically halfway to take profit. This looked very good on the 1 minute, very strong, big candles on the 1 minute, girthy candles, if you will. And unfortunately, it just pulls back to, you know, basically our entry, you know, 2, 3, 4 minutes after it goes straight up to take profit. Pretty annoying, but honestly, again, guys, like this is why I have such a high win rate, is because of my strict break-even system. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. I appreciate you for watching. I hope you guys learned something, because I think there's a lot of value in, you know, going over these trade recaps. But again, guys, make sure you check the links in the description if you are wanting to work with me. Again, make sure you book that free 30-minute call, and also join the Discord. It's literally free. But anyway, I appreciate you for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe too with the bell on so you don't miss when I upload. But I appreciate you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.